you and I were talking in the green room just about just your journey. And one of the things you said really struck me because we talk a lot about how we build our personal brand, and it's based on what our perception is, or sometimes how we grew up, and we just bring a brand with us, right? And you're a marketing expert, so you know that. But how did you become an advocate for others when you said you had not really been an advocate for yourself?
Uh-huh.
Tell me about that. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I think, and I couldn't remember the term when we were talking, but I think imposter syndrome is such, it's so prevalent, in all industries and at every different level, I think. And even as I've grown in my professional career, I've always had this nagging feeling that maybe I'm just not good enough, right? And so because of that feeling that I, now can quiet, luckily with maturity, I've not necessarily been good at advocating for myself, getting into the rooms and asking for what I need, or asking for the raise, asking for the promotion, wanting to be considered for the next opportunity. I've often found myself having the inner conversations and then not being able to piece it together so that I could advocate for myself. And I don't know why, but when it comes to my children, that mama bear just comes out, and I have no trouble being rude if I have to, being very direct, very honest about what my needs are in terms of caring for my children. And specifically, when you have a medically complex child, you end up meeting with a lot of doctors. So these big time PhD neurologists, cardiologists, GI specialists, orthopedic surgeons. And that could be intimidating, right? Even more so than having a conversation with your boss in your professional life. Having a conversation with a neurologist can be very, intimidating. And with time, I realized that when I was silent and when I wasn't advocating for what our family needed, I would go home being very frustrated and sometimes even in tears because my child wasn't improving. My child wasn't getting what they needed. And so with time, I just had to put my big girl pants on and start to use my voice. And as I've done that, I've started to realize that I enjoy doing that. And I actually feel that when it's done well, when you speak from a place of authenticity, when you aim to connect with the person that you're delivering the message to, even when it's a difficult message or a difficult request, as long as you're coming at it from a space of humanity, more than likely the person will receive the message you're sharing with them. And